Ah! Un moment de vérité, contemplez vos pires angoisses. Et l'épine, du coup. Du coup, là, il nous en manque 5. On va quand même essayer d'en avoir encore un ou deux. Mais tiens, si je refais avancer vers le chalet, entrer dans le chalet, prendre la lame, descendre. Bonjour. Avancer. Pas question de poser ma lame. Ah, je peux plus attaquer du coup. Lâcher la lame. Oups, j'ai trop attaqué, je peux plus. Je vais vous sortir d'ici, je vais voir s'il y a une clé, on sait qu'il n'y en a pas. Ah bah, j'ai beaucoup de choix. Sauver la princesse. S'approcher de la porte. C'est vraiment, j'ai plus du tout le choix d'essayer de la tuer. L'avertir. Résister. Avancer vers le chalet, du coup. J'ai peur d'arriver sur une fin que j'ai déjà eue là par contre. On va prendre la lame.
You take the blade from the table.
Descendre au sous-sol. Est-ce que j'ai déjà essayé de l'oxyre ici? Je crois pas. Non, il me semble pas qu'ici j'ai déjà essayé. On va essayer.
Without a moment of hesitation,
Ouais, j'ai pas essayé.
the princess, your blade primed to deliver a lethal strike.
I am not a damsel to be helplessly murdered.
Ouh. Bah, comment elle va faire pour se défendre?
As you move to strike the princess, she stands, her chains clinking as she wraps them around her fists. In an instant, they're around your neck, both of you dropping to the ground as she pulls them taut, bracing her body against yours as you struggle uselessly.
Chouette.
Drop it, or you die.
I thought this was going to be a safe move, but she's going to kill us. Just listen to her. Do what she says. How many times did I warn you she's not to be trusted? But while strangulation can be very distracting, she's not armed, and you have your pristine blade. End her before she ends you.
Le regard déterminé qu'elle a. Il suffisait de demander, les chaînes ça fait mal. Les arbres ça fait mal. Bon, on va retenter de la tuer du coup peut-être. Ouais. J'ai beaucoup hésité là. Et je me suis dit que si je lâchais la lame, il y avait des chances qu'on remonte tous les deux et du coup j'ai pas la troisième partie.
Only making surface level scratches and gouges as your arm flails forward, barely able to obey you. But a single focused blow was all it took. Your blade pierces up through her ribs, slicing through flesh, striking her heart. The chains loosen. The darkness creeping in at the edges of your vision subsides.
None of this was ever very fair, was it? But I did kill you last time. I should have expected you might want some petty revenge. Unfortunately for you, that means you've dug your own grave. You can forget about me ever helping you again, even if it damns us both.
C'est noté.
And just like that, the princess is slain and the world is... I don't like this. It was not too easy. We almost died. That's right. This was an incredibly difficult task and you performed it admirably. Let's just get out of here. I don't like looking at her body.
You have the attention span of a fly. How are we supposed to unravel the mysteries of this place if you're so easily distracted by empty promises?
It's better to have a short attention span in a situation like this. There's no use dwelling on the past, especially when it's already set in stone.
Bon, c'est pas dans le cœur qu'on l'a eu, c'est plus sur le côté.
And especially when your promised reward is not, in fact, empty and is worth all the adversity you've been through to get here.
Fine. But if we're leaving, then we're taking the blade. I feel exposed without it.
With your work done, you remove the blade from the princess's corpse and make your way back.
Ah, j'ai même pas le choix de vérifier qu'elle est vraiment morte là.
Basement behind you. You can think of it as sealing yourself off from an unpleasant chapter of your life. It's all uphill from here.
The windows. Do you see that? We used to be able to see the outside world from up here, but now it's just empty. The door. Check the door.
Ouvrir la porte, accepter votre récompense. Ah oui, non, j'ai vraiment pas le choix.
You open the cabin door, ready to return to a world.
Ah mais du coup, je vais me retrouver sur une fin que j'ai déjà eue avec ça, moi.
Only
you don't have to act surprised. We could see this vast emptiness.
But if everything's gone, does that mean we're not gonna get our reward? This is your reward. An eternity of bliss, if you'll have it. Okay. This is what's best for everyone.
Like hell it is.
C'est des conneries.
What's done is done. Time passes. You can't be sure if it's days or months or years or even
decades. No, it can't be decades. We can't go along with this. We can't let him win.
Qu'est-ce que
We
tu
still
proposes?
have a blade. Let's use it on our...
Suggesting you kill yourself.
Ça a l'air quand
you
même.
shouldn't kill yourself when you have an eternity of bliss right in front of you.
Vous suicidez.
Goddamn spiteful bastard. Are you really going to turn down immortality itself just to make me lose?
Oui.
Why should it matter if we die at this point? Haven't you already gotten what you want?
I don't have to answer that.
That's all we needed to hear.
You raise the blade, then drive it into your heart. You collapse to the floor, everything goes dark, and you die.
Maniaque
You're a genocidal maniac, you know that, right?
Yeah, we'll see about that.
Non. Si. Je sais pas. On avait eu The Grey, les pleurer. Non. Ah non, non, non. On n'a pas du tout eu ça. Il pleut.
And now we've got another chance to get to the bottom of things. Bit by bit, we're starting to unravel this place.
There are so many more threads to pull once you stop feeling.
That's a little dark, buddy. You feeling okay?
I'm feeling nothing, and I like that just fine.
So you've been here before. Of course you've been here before. What count is it this time? 2?
It's our third. What gave it away?
Your open discussions. You came around on that awful fast. Have you just been pretending to forget every time?
I'm afraid not. Whatever other versions of me you've met in those other lifetimes were just that. Other versions of me. I just wish I'd been the first.
So you knew how all this worked. Why didn't you ever tell us? We could have used it to our advantage.
That's because there is no using it to your advantage. The more information you have, the harder it will be for you to succeed. It's not like it was that difficult to slay her last time. She may have put up a fight, but her flesh is still softer than our blade.
Oh, bah, je pense pas que ce soit la même là.
Now she's dead, and I doubt she'll be able to do much of anything from the grave. You already slew her, and you survived. Yes. Then why, pray tell, are you here? Oh, I know that one. We killed ourselves. Why? Because you thought trying to stuff us away in a corner for eternity was a suitable reward. Was it not? What better reward is there than eternal bliss? You should have been happy. We were bored. There were still answers that we needed to find. It was actually working. And you killed yourself. I can't believe it. You ruined everything. How does us dying ruin everything? What aren't you telling us? The world doesn't stay saved if you die. And if the world isn't saved, then that means she isn't dead.
Il pleut, c'était pas qu'à la dernière fois ni la fois d'avant, tout le chantier a disparu. Nous ne nous sommes pas attardés sur les changements qu'a subi cet endroit. Il est resté identique la dernière fois. Que se passerait-il si nous n'allions pas jusqu'au chalet? Peu importe ce qui doit arriver, toutes les réponses nous attendent visiblement au chalet. J'en ai plein d'autres toute cette histoire. Salut. Il pleut.
Yes, things are different.
Captain Obvious au rapport.
If this isn't the same path in the woods you're used to, that means that her influence is already spreading and you're running out of time. Influence? What's that supposed to mean? It means exactly what I said. Don't overthink it, or you run the risk of making your task so much more difficult than it has to be. And what is that supposed to mean? Forget I said anything. I've probably already made things worse, and I need to stop talking about this now before I definitely make things worse. Come on, tell us your secrets. Haven't we been through enough? Don't we deserve to know?
Le truc c'est que là on va avoir du mal à la sauver vu que elle a dit que si on se revoyait, peu importe ce qui se passait, elle ne nous aiderait pas, quitte à perdre tous les deux.
Influence can conjure, then we have nothing to worry about. A drenched corpse is still a corpse.
Que se passerait-il si nous n'allions pas... Ouais, bon, on va aller au chalet, hein.
I'm sure you've already heard my words of warning in one of your past lives. You've already managed to slay her once, just... don't muck it up this time, all right?
Ça va être compliqué de négocier, ouais, tellement.
It's entirely up to us. And we have all those mysteries to unravel. Isn't that right? You aren't here to solve a mystery. You're here to save the world. That's what you say. But how can we be sure? We can't be sure of anything except what's right in front of us. Okay, but we should care about the fate of the world. Why? Because we should. I don't know. It's important. Is it? Yes. I think. For all we know, the world you're talking about isn't even real. Of course it's real. Where do you think you are? Somewhere else? Maybe we are. This is horribly unproductive. The cabin and your extremely important destiny await.
Entrez dans le chalet.
As soon as you enter the cabin, you're struck by an overwhelming scent of decay, of mold and death.
Vous la voyez?
Stagnant
Elle est là.
water.
Elle est là.
The once
À gauche.
stately wooden building
Elle
is
est là.
bloated, its beams dripping
La
with a
mariée
black
morte,
ooze
parce
of
que on dirait clairement une mariée.
all but
Elle
the
est là.
exterior stone walls warped beyond recognition.
Oui, fantôme.
It must have been beautiful once, but in
Donc.
its ruin, it is beyond repulsive.
La lame est fantôme aussi.
But you're not alone. You can feel something watching you. There is a figure, faintly outlined against the rotting wood of the wall.
Oh ouais, je l'avais vu.
Is that her? It's like she isn't even there. See? We killed her. You're right. Maybe she doesn't reset like us. She certainly doesn't look the same as she did last time. Before you can make a move, the figure is gone,
vanishing behind the door on the far side
Au
of the
revoir.
room. The door at the end of the room, but there isn't a door. There's a mirror, that's it. The mirror? Is this some kind of joke? Did you all plan this out before dying? There is no mirror. There's the door to the basement, the table, and the pristine blade. Huh. That's strange. There's supposed to be a pristine blade.
Il n'y a pas de table non plus.
Why isn't there a pristine blade? Maybe it's gone because we've already killed her with it. But we had it with us when we died. And besides, everything else has reset. Why wouldn't the blade have reset too? Maybe it's because we've already explored that avenue. We've seen what happens when we slay her. Maybe this place has decided we don't need to try that again. I suppose it doesn't matter why the blade is gone, but you're going to have to find it if you're going to do this right. So why don't you march over to that door and make your way down to the pit?
Mais il n'y a aucune
Maybe the mirror isn't
porte.
real. Maybe it is real, and he's lying through his teeth to stop us from looking into it. But it seems like whatever we want to do, our next step is on the other side of the room. You're clearly hallucinating, but I'd rather not get into it with you right now. The door to the basement is on the far side of the room, whether you can see it or not.
Vas-y. Tu veux bien me laisser... Voilà, s'approcher du
Make your
miroir.
way to the door at the end of the room, stopping just in front of it. You must think you're looking at that mirror you mentioned earlier, the one that doesn't exist. Just reach forward and open the door. It's so hazy. You should try and clean it off.
Essuyez le miroir
Reach
qui n'est plus
forward and
là.
place your hand on the door to the basement. The handle is just a little to your right, and a little down. Yeah, we can see it now. So much for our reflection. We didn't need to see ourselves anyway. I'm much more interested in seeing other things. No way left to go but down.
Descendre.
The door to the basement groans open. The air
Fantôme!
is foul and wet, so thick that you can almost feel it settle onto your skin in layers of grime. The stairs are coated with slimy algae, the wood rotted through in places, reeking of fetid vegetation. A wispy figure watches you from the bottom of the stairs, face veiled in shadows, legs submerged up to her shins in dark waters. Barely. She's just an old memory.
Ouais, ils sont graves les miroirs.
Your
C'est
eyes
frustrant, hein.
lock for a brief moment, then she vanishes around the corner.
Je suis désolée de ce qui s'est passé la dernière fois. Pouvez-vous me pardonner? Il y a quelqu'un, il faut qu'on parle. Je ne suis pas armée. Il n'y avait rien dans le chalet quand je suis arrivée. Descendre les escaliers. Même
As you
pas
descend
chercher.
the final step, the form
Oh.
of the princess comes into view. A bloated body floating face down in slowly rising waters. Her wrist still bound to the wall by a heavy chain. This cell is a dark and isolated place, with not so much as a window to allow starlight to penetrate the gloom. See? She's dead. She's not just dead. It looks like she's been rotting. So killing her does stick. Mostly. But if she's dead, then what are we supposed to do? She isn't dead. You clearly just believe she is. Her corpse
enfin,
is
quand même, là.
floating right in front of us. You can stop it with the mind games.
Oups.
If she's dead, then do we even have to do anything? How can she be a threat to the world like this? Your thoughts are cut short by the sound of a slamming door.
Ah, c'est con ça.
Clicking lock. You turn to see the shade of the princess staring down at you from the top of the stairs. So that's where the blade is. It's already in her heart. And yet she isn't dead. She is dead. Have you never heard of a ghost before?
C'est pas impossible qu'elle me noie, ouais.
Can we not waste time arguing over the semantics of what is and isn't dead? She is clearly conscious. She clearly just slammed the door on you, and she clearly has a weapon. your pristine blade sticking out of her chest. This is extremely bad, catastrophic even. Yeah, dead or not, what are we supposed to do about her? Slaying, or destroying if we want to be a little more death neutral, seems off the table. Yeah, this is tricky, but let's talk to her. See what kind of information she has that we don't.
Je pense pas que ça serve à grand chose de lui parler.
But she hasn't said anything. Are you sure she can talk like this?
Bold of you to come back here after what you did.
Pourquoi avez-vous la porte? Laissez-moi sortir, vous essayez de me tuer. C'est quoi votre problème? Je veux pas finir comme ça. Je vous ai tué parce que vous aviez commencé. On est quitte, on n'est pas obligé de recommencer. Pitié, je vous en supplie, me laissez pas mourir, je ferai tout ce que vous voudrez. Vous faites ça à cause de ce qui s'est passé la dernière fois, je suis vraiment désolée, laissez-moi sortir, courir vers la lame, courir vers la porte. Mais la lame et la porte, elles sont au même endroit. On est quitte.
But she doesn't answer your question. All she does is watch you in shadowed silence.
Ouais, non, ça me semble improbable que ça serve de lui parler. Ah bah oui, on va se noyer.
The water's rising, isn't it? It is, and it's rising fast. Oh, that's interesting. We've never drowned before. I wonder how it'll feel. Bad, I bet.
Oui, aucun doute là-dessus.
I don't think dying ever feels good. Yes, how astute. Dying is bad and you should avoid it. How about you stop trying to talk to her and do something instead?
Je vais me noyer.
You are.
En effet.
The water is rising faster now. It's flowing in from some unseen place, and judging by the height of the algae on the stairs, it has no intention of stopping anytime soon. You feel it creeping up your back, so cold that it steals the very warmth from your flesh, leaving a smothering numbness in its place. Are you really just going to stand there and let yourself die? Yeah, let's think. Where is it coming from?
Quand on sait pas nager, on va pas dans les caves des héros de pacotille, c'est ça.
Does it really matter where it's coming from? Because I can feel it rising. I don't think we have much time to sleuth.
Si je meurs, est-ce que j'ai le droit à un 4e chapitre?
Yes, it matters. Maybe we can find a way out. Maybe we can figure out a way to make this work. This is just a puzzle. We can solve it.
Je crois que j'ai déjà eu un 4e chapitre une fois.
Sometimes you're doomed from the start. Most people are. Yes, most people are doomed, but in case you need reminding, everyone will be doomed forever unless you stop her.
Laissez-moi sortir, vous essayez de me tuer?
If this is how you're choosing to spend your last breaths, I won't stop you. But it won't make any difference.
The water is up to your chin. You lose your footing, bobbing helplessly in the putrid flood pool. And suddenly, the door to the basement is thrown from its hinges as one last massive wave of water comes crashing down.
C'est con quand même. La porte s'ouvre, on se cogne la tête.
Against the stone wall. You come to a moment later, suspended in darkness, disorientated, only aware of the surface of the water and the emptiness above. And of course, the princess, hovering above you, watching in silence as you struggle to stay afloat in the icy depths. There's no way out. It's so dark and cold. I think our limbs are slowing down. How much longer can we do this? Just keep breathing. We'll figure this out. Or we won't. It doesn't matter either way. But you don't have time to figure anything out. Something cold and clammy
Son corps vient de nous attraper.
You're dragged under, only able to take one last hopeful gulp of air before your head is plunged into the freezing depths. As you sink below the surface, you see it. Or rather, you see her. The body you found floating when you first arrived, its hand is locked around your ankle, the heavy chains pulling you both down into the unfeeling, suffocating nothingness.
Oh mon Dieu.
I get it. We shouldn't have killed her. Just get it away from us, please.
The past is the past. There's no changing it. There's nothing to fix. And there's not a lot we can do about the present either. Not unless we think like we should have been doing all along. But there is no thinking as you drown. You desperately try to pull yourself back to the surface again, and again, and again. Your icy limbs flailing desperately against the...
Il est tant animal de remonter à la surface encore et encore et encore, mais vos membres gelés échouent à se libérer de l'emprise de son cadavre. Son spectre ne vous quitte pas des yeux, son visage dépourvu d'expression, aussi implacable que le poing qui vous retient la cheville.
Your lungs filled with water, the same as mine filled with blood. In the end, we're not so different.
Ah, elle se fait choper. J'ai pas de chapitre 4. Bon. Mais vos poumons ne se remplissent pas et ne se laisseront jamais envahir par les eaux. Il est temps pour vous de partir. Ah, là. Non mais du coup là c'est...